You're listening to FlashCast by PDB. Let me apologise in advance if you can hear some background music or noise. Sitting in the lobby here in downtown LA, and what a great time and great place to record something around stress and dealing with stress. And as everyone's life moves at 100 miles an hour, and just sitting here in the foyer and observing, listening to some of the communications. And of course, we all love America, but we all know the Americans can be quite loud, so hopefully they're not drowning my voice out. But in the spirit of keeping all things very natural and laid back and unscripted, here it is. Let me give you a few tips on how I deal with stress. So some questions have come in anonymously. People choose to be anonymous, which I respect always, so get those questions in about how I deal with stress and in times that I felt pressure and obviously the mind can play tricks on you, and some people slip into depression and all the rest of it. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how I always try and attack the whole thing, because of course a little bit of stress is always good. In my point of view, it keeps us sharp. Some people like to use the words pressure creates diamonds, but also too much pressure can obviously send people to the wall. And obviously everybody's different, has different levels and breaking points, and the key really is to know yourself and be in control. And of course, tying in previous episodes of making sure your life's in harmony, making sure you've identified what it is that you want to achieve and your life purposes, all plays into this. But let me give you some specific things around stress. Number one, remember you are in control of your emotions. You've got to remember that nobody else can control your emotions but you. A very difficult thing to do, but very, very pragmatic approach is that it all starts with you. You're the person that must be in control of your emotions. I mean, we all have the tendency to worry. We stress over economy. We stress over illnesses, etc., etc. However, it all starts with us and understanding that we have to be in control of our emotions. And two, which links into something I practice, is mindful meditation. Now, people that know me know I'm probably not the type to have meditated. However, I meditate at least 5 times a week, anywhere from 5 minutes through to half an hour at a time. I do guided meditation. There's some great apps you can download on iTunes and really listen to them, and they'll help you in different things. So there's different types of meditation. I'll do sleep meditation. I'll do a grateful one is a program I'm running at the moment, 7 days of gratefulness. So there really is some different types of apps that you can use. I use the one called Calm, C-A-L-M, and there's another one called Meditation Me. And both of them I find are really good. And I also have the affirmations, which is just a gentle reminder of positive messages every day. Because again, it links into number one of always understanding that you're in control of your emotions. So mindful meditation is always good, and start with short times. 3 is all about thinking positive, the positive what ifs. We always get into negative what ifs. What if this happens and what if that happens? And one of the things I always talk about in work is a yes if attitude versus a no because. And it's a really good thing to help with stress, is to have this yes if attitude. All is possible if, and feeding yourself those positive what ifs will keep programming your mind to stay in the positive, that everything is possible if. Number 4, turn the worry into positivity. So instead of worrying about things, turn it into a positive thing. Turn it into, I find that people worry when they don't understand what the worst possible scenario is, something I talk about all the time. So the ability to turn worry into a positive thing, it's the same as turning a negative into a positive. And the process there is obviously once you've understood and comfortable with your worst possible scenario, there is no need to worry. You're comfortable with the worst thing. So, turn that worry into something positive and really get down with a pen and paper and get to the cause of exactly what it is, which is tip number 5. Always write down what you're thinking. Our brain has 16,000 plus communications a day with itself, and we can get some really negative stuff happening. So I find that the circuit breaker for me in dealing with stress is to sit down with a pen and paper and write down what I'm feeling, write down what I'm thinking, and then be very, very pragmatic about it. So, listing things down on piece of paper really helps to reflect and get the emotion away from it. And that's something that I find is very positive, especially to be the circuit breaker. And finally, the biggest tip for me is surrounding myself with amazing people. There's going to be different people walk in and out of your life. There's going to be negative. There's going to be positive. You can't understand the highs without going through the lows. So it's all necessary, and you can't have good times without bad and bad times without good. You really do need to surround yourself with amazing people that have the ability to lift you up, to help you rise above, people that can understand, and sometimes just people that are going to listen. Not everyone has to have a comment. Something I've learned in supporting people, you don't always have to have a comment or a solution to a problem. It's just having the people around you that will listen and let you get off your chest without any judgment, without any ill feeling, what it is that you need to explain. Understand that stress is a part of life. To me, if you say sum it up in one line, stress is the inability to make a decision. I find that I'm most stressed when I'm stuck in a situation where I can't make a decision, and I follow those 6 tips. So, that's what I find works for me. Understanding that it is part of life. You can't have a stress-free life. It's not going to happen. And that understanding that, from bad things, good things come. And if I didn't go through the bad times, I wouldn't appreciate the good times. So it really is a part of life. It really is making sure that you control it because nobody else can. And making sure that, you feel good about yourself. Make sure that you be kind to yourself, that you practice gratefulness and look at the things that you've got to be good for, because you can always spend too much time looking at things we're missing out on. So thank you for those questions coming from a few people, and obviously wanted to remain anonymous, so I can't do a shout out. These segments are all about you and me sharing my thoughts and opinions from experiences. You've been listening to Philip DeBella, FlashCast by PDB. Get out there and share and send me some more questions. Until next time, thank you and be kind to yourself.